How much tax do you pay on $60,000 in the great state of Idaho? That's what we're going to talk about here today, my friends. So welcome aboard the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel, the place where you come to identify your tax burden in retirement. So don't forget to subscribe. And of course, as always, thumbs up always help me as well. So let's dive right into it. And here's the, we got to get my mug turned down. There we go. All right, so we go to heritagewealthplanning.com, and you'll see the little island behind you. Then we go to Tax Tools, Interactive Tax Tools. That's where we go right here. So heritagewealthplanning.com, top right, Tax Tools, the Interactive Tax Tool. First thing you come across is you'll see the Federal Interactive Tax Tool. You scroll on down. I mean, by all means, do stuff on here. It's a freaking wonderful thing. You can do all kinds. You can be Amber, single with no kids, or Jason, single with no kids. Maybe Jason and Amber, two kids, can get together, and then they'll have be married, filing jointly, and reduce their taxes. But anyway, then you go down to State Tax Tools, smartasset.com, and here we're going to click on the great state of Idaho. All right, so Idaho is where we're looking at here. And what we do on this page is we will default to married couple filing jointly with $40,000 in Social Security, $20,000 in IRA income, and they're both born in 1952 in order to take advantage of the $26,600 in tax deduction, the standard deduction. And they pay no tax. Nothing to the state of Idaho, nothing to the feds. They are good to go. But now let's flop these around. Now we got $20,000 in Social Security and $40,000 in IRA. And let's see what we're looking like now. Now they pay $898 to the great state of Idaho and $2871 to the feds. So just by that simple change, 20 to 40 and 40 to 20, they pay almost $4,000 in taxes. Yeah, that's the way the tax code works, my friends. And if you're wondering how that is, I will show it to you with taking my trusty little whiteboard here. So the first thing we got to do is got to figure out how much tax they pay on their Social Security. And we do that by something called provisional income. Provisional income. Now, provisional income is not a rule you'll never find in the tax code, the IRC, the Internal Revenue Code, but it is a provision under the Ronald Reagan tax bill of 1983, and then additionally to the Bill Clinton tax bill of 1993, where they added the beginning to tax Social Security. So the provisions were if you make over a certain amount of money and you're married, you have to pay a certain amount of taxes on your Social Security. So in this case, I will show you. All right, so we got 85%. So in this case, we take, first thing we got to calculate our provisional income. And to calculate the provisional incomes, you take half of your Social Security income. In this case, it's $20,000, and all of your other income. So our Social Security is 10, all of our other income, including tax-exempt interest, my friends. Tax-exempt interest is part of the provisional income numbers, which is how you face taxes on your Social Security. So we have a total provisional income, in this case, of $50,000, because $10,000 of Social Security, half your Social Security, plus the $40,000 in IRA distributions. All right. So what we do there is we got this three-band threshold. The first $32,000, nothing is subject to income tax. The next $12,000, 50% of that amount is subject to income tax, which in this case is $6,000. And then anything above $44,000, which in this case is $6,000 as well, because $50,000 is our total provisional income. Again, $10,000 from Social Security, $40,000 from IRA distributions. So we take $50,000, subtract by 44. That gives us $6,000. Times that by 0.85. That gives us $5,100. So we add those two numbers together, and our total taxable Social Security amount is this right here. And I doing it backwards here is tough, right? Blink. $11,100. That is our taxable Social Security amount. So we make $20,000 Social Security, about 55% of that is subject to income tax. So now we got to figure out what our tax bracket is. We take $11,100. We add to the other income we have. This would not include this time. It does not include your tax-exempt interest. The tax-exempt interest only tells you how much of your Social Security will be subject to taxation. And we got a total adjusted gross income of $51,100. $40,000 IRA, $11,100 Social Security. From there, we take our standard deduction, because again, we're at $26,600 is our standard deduction, and we got $24,500 is our taxable income. All right, so we make $60,000 total. $24,500 is taxable income. Of the $24,500, the first $19,000 or so is taxed at 10%. And then anything above that, up to $77,000 some odd dollars, is taxed at 12%. And that's how you get the $28.71 in taxes for the IRS, and then again another $1,000 for the state of Idaho. That's how it works. So again, more benefits to take Social Security as a tax man. So let's see what the cheapest places to live here in Idaho are, because I don't know anything. I've never been to the state. I have no clue. It looks fantastic. You know, I know high country there was a high desert, I guess, and Boise and whatnot, but it looks like a beautiful place to live. It looks maybe a little bit too cold for me, but it looks like a nice place. I don't know what the weather is like in Boise, which is obviously the biggest town. But I imagine it's not warmer than it is here in Georgia. That's for sure. All right. So here are the least expensive from a tax perspective places in Idaho. Number one is Boundary, Idaho, which looks like it's doggone cold up there. Number 10 is Hayden. Number 4. Number 10 is Rathdrum. Don't know anything about them, but let's look at Rexburg. Where's number 3? Rexburg down here. It looks like where's number. Let's see here. Rexburg, right there. Okay. I think a guy I follow on YouTube, LDS Reliance, was that his name? LDS something. He does a lot of gardening on YouTube. LDS something. I can't remember, but I think he's from Rexburg, actually. I think he just moved there. He was in Houston. Then a couple of years ago, he moved to Idaho, and he has some solar panels, lots of greenhousing and whatnot. LDS Reliance? I don't think that's it, but I forgot. I don't think he's posted a video in a long, long time. Too bad. Anyway, so in Rexburg, Idaho, we have a guy here or lady who's retired, has $50,000 of total income, which consists of 15 in Social Security, 15 in IRA distributions, 10,000 from a pension, and 10,000 from employment income. That person pays $6,000 in total taxes, 0.74% in property tax, which is pretty low. Pretty high sales tax in Idaho. Fuel tax is moderately low, and their total retirement tax friendliness in this regard is 55.5. So basically, smack dab in the middle in terms of tax friendliness. Alaska is the highest I've seen so far. Connecticut is the lowest. In fact, the highest, the most tax friendliness towns in Connecticut are only 22% or something like that. So Rexburg is pretty good, relatively speaking. But if you're going to be cold and you're already okay with cold and you want even more tax friendliness, then you should go to Alaska. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about these places at all, but other than the Reliance, LDS Reliance or something like that, whatever the guy's YouTube channel is. But if you like gardening, type in LDS gardening or LDS something. I think that's Latter-day Saints. So, but he's got a great YouTube channel on gardening. I use it too. Middle something gardening techniques. I'm drawing a blank what that is, but this guy, man, is a wonderful YouTube channel if you're interested in being self-sufficient and raising your own food. So that's it for the state of Idaho, my friends. Hope you find this helpful. As always, if you like what you see here, don't forget to subscribe, then hit the bell to be notified for future commentary. Thumbs up, always helpful, and comments as well. And as always, you can go to heritagewealthplanning.com to look up this tax tool for yourself. See you next time. Thanks.